What's up YouTube? It's GameLink here, the channel where we discuss all things Zelda, and I'm coming back to you with one last Tears of the Kingdom theory video before the game drops in about one day. In this one, I'd like to do some speculation about one of the new enemy types being added into the game, known as the Zonai Constructs. These peculiar foes have been showcased through many different trailers as well as gameplay demonstrations. They seem to have multiple different models, as well as having a striking resemblance to the Guardians from Breath of the Wild. But what purpose will these new robotic enemy types have in Tears of the Kingdom? What role will they end up playing in the overall story, and what else can we expect to see from them within the world of Hyrule? Well, I'd like to delve into what the answer to those questions, and more, might be. First off, let's discuss what we already know about how the Guardians function within the realm of gameplay in Breath of the Wild, then compare it to what we've seen so far of the constructs from Tears of the Kingdom. As far as the Guardians go, multiple models can be found throughout Breath of the Wild, each with slightly differing combat mechanics. Some of them are quite easy to beat, whereas others take a little bit more finesse. But even though there's many different types of Guardians, the variation in combat between similar models is next to nothing, aside from what weapon they're holding and if they're holding a shield or not. In any sense, a pretty decent chunk of the combat with Guardians can be watered down to dodge, flurry rush, dodge again, flurry rush again, and the occasional arrow here and there. And of course you can always deflect a Guardian's laser by parrying with your shield. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with these mechanics, but when you start to reach Guardians with higher health bars, the combat can feel a bit repetitive. Luckily, with the addition of status effects and weapon fusing in Tears of the Kingdom as seen in the gameplay footage, combat will be much more diversified in the new game. If we take these things into consideration, paired with the various different construct models we've seen so far, I'd say that we're in for many different unique and memorable battles in Tears of the Kingdom. Now that we've taken a bit of time to discuss and contemplate how constructs may function when it comes to combat in the game, let's talk about where they might fit within the story. Now when it comes to the purpose of the constructs, the clip that immediately sparked my attention was this one. In the first scene, we can see a construct attacking another enemy type known as a Choo-Choo. And in the second scene, we can see a clearly different construct model chopping down a tree. This leads me to believe that constructs, unlike Guardians from Breath of the Wild, have some sort of deeper role within the game other than just helping Link along on his journey. In Breath of the Wild, many of the shrines that Link comes across challenge him with a test of strength. They go from minor to modest to major, and increase in difficulty respectively in that order. These challenges, doctored by the Sheikah, were no doubt meant to test the mettle of the hero. And in turn, they seem to only be hostile towards intelligent life forms such as Hylians, Zora, Gerudo, Gorons, and Rito. The constructs seem to differ quite significantly from the Guardians in that respect though. Constructs appear to be indifferent to who or what they're attacking, showing a combative nature towards anything in their vicinity. This makes me think that they exist to guard and take care of certain areas from intruders, rather than just as a means of combat. And I'm certain we'll face off against larger models, such as the Flux constructs shown in the trailer, as dungeon final bosses. But I'm guessing they'll be guarding something important, rather than just being used as a tool to test Link. Which leads me to my final speculation regarding the constructs. Guardians aren't the only Legend of Zelda character that the constructs seem to resemble. Only this character isn't from Breath of the Wild. These cute little robots, known as LD series, can be found in Skyward Sword as friendly NPCs who help Link along on his journey in multiple different ways. Other than sporting uncanny similarities to the constructs, such as color scheme, body shape, and electrical arcs for arms, they share some thematic similarities as well. We know as a fact that the constructs were made by the Zonai, since, when defeated, they drop a Zonai charge. And from what we've seen of the Zonai in Breath of the Wild, the runes can almost always be found in places that are associated with lightning, with the main examples being the Thundera Plateau and the Spring of Courage. They can even be found all throughout the Faron region, which is home to the Thunder Dragon, Farash. But what's intriguing about this piece of information is that the LD series robots also worship a Thunder Dragon at the Lanayru Gorge. And the text shown here even mentions an ancient civilization that initially built these mines. Here, you can find many different LD series robots mining timeshift stones for Master Thunder Dragon, as they call him, indicating a level of worship. It's obvious that the race responsible for creating these little robots worship the Thunder Dragon as well, especially since it appears as though they left these robots here to tend to the Thunder Dragon's illness. When we take all of these different correlations into account, it becomes obvious that the LD series robots and the constructs are connected in some way. And I believe it's the Zonai that connects them. We can even find little statues that resemble the LD series robots at the Spring of Courage. There's still a lot about this new game that we don't know. Like, will we see malice-afflicted constructs? And where the heck did the divine beasts go? Well, I'd like to hear what you guys think in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button below to help support the channel. Thanks for watching, and until next time, may the goddess smile upon you.